Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast today. You've heard about Dream Blunt rotation, but have you heard about Dream Knives Out rotation? This is one for my film bros. Let's hear it for the film bros. You know, in the coolest way possible, of course. Knives Out, obviously. If you don't know, actually, I'm acting like I love the Knives Out films. Like, if you don't know, get to know. They're some of the best films ever made. Like, I don't actually love them. I liked the first one enough. I liked the second one enough. Although, I can't remember now what I thought about the second one. Like, I feel like I had some kind of criticism about it towards the end where I thought, oh, this just... I can't remember now. So long ago, I got around to watching it on Netflix. It was one of those things that was probably on my watch list, my list to watch, if you will, for a while, and then I eventually got around to it. Even though it wasn't a theatrical release, right? It was straight to streaming. And I remember I was enjoying it. I was like, oh, this is a bit of fun. It's all good, and then it got to the end, and I don't know. It's like it's it's a bit more goofy than the first. It's a bit more Scooby Doo than the first one. I think the first one's technically better, and I don't think they'll ever make one that's as good and just tight as the first one. But I think they'll have ones that are probably more fun or enjoyable to watch, or just you know bigger and better. Like I was rewatching a bit. Well, I was watching someone else watch it. I can't really rewatch stuff after I've seen it because I've seen it. It don't really hit the same way. Um, you know, so I was watching someone watch Stranger Things, basically the first season. Every single time I ever like see clips or revisit that first season of Stranger Things, I really do truly think to myself, wow, this was the best season. Season one's the best season, and season one is so different from the other seasons. I could see Knives Out having well, I'm so sorry, I just burped, and that was actually involuntary. Usually, I can feel the burp. I feel it coming, and I can stop myself. So if you've ever heard me burp 99 times out of 100, that was a choice. I chose to do that. I looked around at you know, at the people around me, you know, and at my peers, and I went, I have so little respect for you that yeah, I shall burp in your presence. That one just then, I would have held it if I could, guys. I would have held it if I could. But yeah, no, I could see these Knives Out films having a similar kind of vibe to Stranger Things, because I think Stranger Things season two is pretty crap, but season three and four good, right? But like season two, three, and four all kind of. I feel like I said this very recently, maybe even yesterday. But they all have the same vibe. Like they've all got that same kind of vibe to them. They're like a little bit more brighter and neony, like neon looking and shiny. A little bit maybe of that Marvel kind of gloss over it, and they're not worse in any way apart from two. But like three and four, three could be your favorite, four could be your favorite. But there is this anomaly, which is weird because it's the first one, where it's just different from the others. Like, and it was the first time. It's a bit more of a mystery than the other ones. Like, it's just like the palette is way dimmer. The character, like, it's just so different, to the other three in terms of that vibe aspect. So I don't think we're gonna have another Knives Out that's like the first one, but you might have ones that people largely think are better. That was me. I did that a lot. When you re-explain, like I just said, I was like, so 2 plus 2 equals 4. Because you know how like 2 plus 2 equals 4. So like I think that 2 plus 2 equals 4 because 2 and another 2 together make 4. So I think I was just basically saying the same thing again and again, like a madman. But yeah, no, Knives Out. We're making a third. This is the whole point. A lot of people going, oh, who would you cast in the third one? Putting like, Samuel L. Jackson in it, Nick Fury style, putting together a team. I'm putting together a team, a group of remarkable people. That's kind of the thing. People are kind of, blunt rotation style. And it's in a similar way, if you look at like Daniel Craig in the first one, honestly, I don't like if you look at the cast for the first movie, awful, awful rotation. Anyway, you want to look at it, what Michael Shannon, fucking what's her name, Hannah Baker, Stranger Things, Like no. Second season though, you got Batista, you got Edward Norton. Is that his name? You got you got some cool people. I think that I wasn't like the cost was like big. I think I just ate recently, and Jesus Christ, I'm feeling burpy. I think it's because like I ate a lot, very doughy, right? Very high in carbs. Um, and then you drink water, you just dunk that water on top, and then it kind of just feels like you kind of make this whole cement kind of thing going down and on in there. And when you speak, it's raising hell right now. It's raising the demons. Anyway, I'm gonna just go straight off the bat. So if I had to cast, we'll go for four because on Twitter you can use four images, and four just feels like a cool number. So if I had to pick four people to be in this cast, alongside the ones who stay, which is only Daniel Craig, he's locked into these for life, unfortunately. And if they try and wiggle him out, Lakeith Stanfield, I really wish those two were in all of them. Although he was specific just to that area, like he was just like a police guy deployed to that area who we then met. But I kind of wish their dynamic carried, like they were kind of partners, because I kind of like it when you got like the Sherlock and Watson dynamic. So if Lakeith Stanfield was in all of them, but it wasn't the second one, I'm not going to pick him. But I am going to pick his Atlanta co-star, counterpart, whatever, Donald Glover. Bit of Donald G. Donald is a crazy name. Bit of Donald Glover. We'll go with him. Who else do we want? You want kind of like a youngish person, I reckon. You want like what you want is licorice all sorts of celebrities, of actors. Ideally, they're actors, right? They're just like like a wide range, age wise, and all sorts, right? Just so it's a crazy melting pot. So Donald Glover as one, maybe like Olivia Colman. This seems like her kind of thing, right? Olivia Colman, Donald Glover, Adam Driver. I like Adam Driver. I feel like he'd be good in something like this. He's low key. He's got them comedy chops, He's got them comedy chops. And honestly, after seeing Saltburn, now I've got those people like basically the cast of season 2 in The Bear. You could get a bunch of them, and I'm not talking about. Well, there you go. Like Jeremy Allen White, Ao. Wait, no, it's Io. Ed. You would read the name right, and you'd think it's Ao Edebiri, right? I'm pretty sure most people would pronounce it like that when they read it. I heard her say in an interview like immediately after I said it, like on the interweb, and she pronounced it Ao Adderbury or something, and I was just like, Jesus, you never get it right unless you check. Like you never get it right first time. Yeah, like half the people from the Bears being it, but no. I'm trying to keep it a wide range because obviously those are people like hot right now. Like obviously get someone like Io in for that kind of thing. Like Will Poulter, he'd be great in something like that. But who have I said so far? I want to look in an old person. No offense, but Olivia Colman. I think she just turned 50 today. That's considered old. Depends how you look at it. But I think in the scale of numbers, So you've got you. We said Donald Glover. Then I can't remember the other person we said, so maybe they weren't that important. I can't remember the person I said. I've already said it though, so you remember probably, and it's you have the ability to rewind that. No, I gotta remember, or else they weren't good enough. So Coleman, Coleman, we'll go Coleman. We'll go Donald Glover. We'll go. Is there anyone like really young at the moment who's like breaking through? Because in the first one they have that kid who's like a Nazi, right? Just an internet Nazi or something like that. I can't remember the whole joke, the whole bit they were doing. I don't really remember, guys. You would have thought I had this prepared. No, I said Adam Driver, didn't I? Okay, that'd be a good option. Okay, I'm not limiting myself to a 4. I've already thrown out a bunch of names that I think would be good. My final one I'd throw into the ring after watching Saltburn. Actually, I would say my takeaway performance. Obviously, we all saw what Barry Keoghan was doing. What he was showing. Right, he's doing the biggest actory, dramatic stuff. what's the other guy? Jacob Elordi. He's the other lead. You know, we're seeing what he's got, but he's playing a bit more of a nicer guy. Like he's the least weird one in the whole thing. Archie, I can't remember his last name. I was gonna say Madweki, but that is the footballer Madekwi. I think it's Madekwi. Archie Madekwi. I'd get him in. Doing it like he can't just do the same things he did in Saltburn, but you know, I don't know. He's on the radar now. I feel like I want to check out. I need to eventually check out now at some point, even though it's not really my type of movie. Oh, it's less like horror, like jump scare apparently, and it's more just like gross and creeps you out and is like uncomfortable. Midsummer, because I never watched it. It came out. I'm like, nope, nope. So see like 1 minute of the trailer, 1 second of the trailer. I'm like, no, right. But then since then, so many people, so many actors I like that I've seen in other stuff, like much nicer things, like from Midsummer, like you know, Little Women. Oh, this is nice and jolly. Oh, this is Christmas time. Oh, this is warm little feel or everything. You know who's in that? Florence Pugh. You know who you got? Will Poulter. He's in Midsummer. I only recently just found out this Archie Madekwi guy's in Midsummer. Let me get the Midsummer cast up because you know they got that casting right. They got that casting right. They should have cast Dev Patel. He's got a film coming out. Actually, is that on my is that my list of things I meant to talk about? It is. It is Dev Patel. He would have been good in something like that as well. Honestly, now he has this film coming out that he's like directed, done the screenplay for, and is the lead in it. It has made me realize, like to me, he's like a huge actor. I'm not sure how big he is overseas, but does not get. Like, he hasn't been in much stuff recently. Um, no one else really I know in this cast apart from William Jackson Harper, who's the guy from he's in Ant-Man. I'm sure we don't, you know, we shouldn't really talk about that, should we? He's in The Good Place. Cheedy. What was I gonna check? Yeah, Dev Patel. Like, what's he been up to recently? I guess he did The Green Knight. That couldn't have been too long ago. Which was like, I don't really like it. Not really my thing. I just watched it. You know, it's one of those movies. Wow, this is really good. This is an amazing movie. But I was just like, not me. I was bored. Barry Creepogan is in that as well because he loves his little creepy performances. I mean, all the movies he's in usually do pretty well. I'm looking through them right now. Dev Patel, that is. But yeah, he's got this one now. It's called Monkey Man. It's kind of like, it looks like John Wick if it had a little bit more layers to it. Because I've never seen a John Wick film. From what I can tell, though, it's like a guy. He's running about. He wants revenge for shit, and you know, it's cool. It's cool action, long take kind of set pieces or whatever. Whereas this kind of seems like it's John Wick, maybe with a little bit more heart. You know, it's got the cultural aspect to it. It's just going to make it just fresher and interesting. Simply because if I even try and think of many Asian actors, less so the region of Asia that's like Japan, Korea, South Korea, Japan, Korea, and China, and most of the region of Asia that's like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. I cannot think of many actors from that region. You got Dev Patel. There's got to be more, obviously, that I'm just not thinking of. But like, there isn't a lot, so it'll feel fresh just culturally because it's like there isn't many big films, I guess, in like the mainstream anyway, like that. It just seems because he's like done the screenplay and he's directing it, which by the way, the direction actually looked really good from the trailer. And I just like Dev Patel, you know. It'll be good, man. It'll be good. And like the fact is, I've seen John Wick trailers. I know I've known of what John Wick is for a few years now. I never really heard about it until the third one came out, but I've known of it, and yet I've never got myself to watch John Wick before. Whereas this is coming out in April, and I've been thinking to myself, well, I might check that out. Which is, you know, it's clearly shown me something more than John Wick has, even if people might just say it's doing a John Wick thing. Which is fine. What else he got coming out? Something called The Rabbit Trap, something called Wicker, post-production, pre-production. That's right, I'm on his IMDb. Because I'm curious. I mean, The Green Knight literally came out in 2021. That wasn't that long ago. Like, we are in 2024, but he was also in them, like, Wes Anderson shorts, which, you know, I'm not going to lie. I don't fuck with Wes Anderson. I say that I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I saw The French Dispatch, and my God, I was so bored. It just made me feel like I didn't do like a film course or anything like that. But I can just imagine I was sat there feeling like I was like in a university, being forced to watch some film, being told this is good, and we're gonna write an essay and break it down for why it's good afterwards, and we're gonna learn to copy the style. And I was just like watching, like fucking hell, this is something you're meant to watch if you like love movies and you're meant to appreciate and be like wow. And I was just sat there like fucking hell, this is so like you gotta love the style you're not in. I'm like, this is so boring. It's like it's easy to call it self indulgent or pretentious just if you don't like it. It's easy to say a lot of that about films of that kind of style. Just be like, oh, it's self indulgent and pretentious because you didn't like it without actually being that. But I don't know. I'm just like, this is just. And then I've never given them a chance as a director since that. Never seen Grand Budapest or anything like that. And to be honest, even if I found them better than French Dispatch, it would probably be like as high. I feel like his ceiling for me, just because of his style as a director, is like a 6. Honestly, his best film for me is probably in the animated realm, which was Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I've seen it already. The Isle of Dogs, I don't give a fuck. I don't love stop motion. Like, I'm not like one of these people who puts it on like the highest shelf. Like, fucking hell, stop motion. It's a beautiful lost art form we must keep. We must not get rid. Um, if the story requires it and you think it will be the coolest way to tell a story, sure. But like, I'm not like we got it. We can't let it go extinct. We have to keep making movies and stuff. Like, I don't need it. Like, if there's a film and it's good and it happens to be that, sure, but I don't need it around. Same with like films that are like 2D. It's like, yeah, that was a cool era. A lot of good films in that. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse kind of went back to that, to like a 2D, obviously flips on its head kind of style. But like, again, if it's cool, then sure. But like, there is no medium really, which I'm like, we can't let this go extinct. Like, we need to keep this going. More so, just if you got something good. I'm doing that thing I literally described at the beginning. The two plus. I've explained the same. I made the same point and explained it like 105 times. That thing is happening where I've got like cat hair up my nose and it is itchy, and I don't know how it happens because I haven't seen the cat in like days. But yeah, no. I didn't even say this is pod a day. This is pod a day every day. All that stuff. This is 320. No, 328. I think 329. On to the next.